Hello, you guys. It is Ebony, it is I, and today we are going to talk about Love Island UK. Okay, so I had someone give me their names and their questions. I didn't watch it. The only people I know are Simba and Angelista, but I don't really know anything that happened throughout the season other than the saga with Mara, and then they came in third. But that's it. So we're just going to do brief overviews for everybody. Um, like I said, I have no idea who these people are. I don't know who even won. I would hope these aren't the winners. These people seem like they're not going to last long. This kind of reminds me of Amaya and Pepe, or is it not? Sorry, Brian. Like, there's a part of this that feels like maybe one person is willing to try, but this is just a total chop to me. Like, I'm probably not going to stay on them for long because when I tell you, they do not seem to like each other at all, or it's not going to last at all. I think they could have very negative perceptions of each other, or kind of being in the wild with these people. Like, it's kind of easy to boo love with somebody when you see them all of the time, and you're on vacation, you're looking at their body. When you kind of have to take into account like their personality and their family and what they do for work, I don't think they're gonna like each other. I think that they feel like it's a headache to be around each other because they just generally don't like each other. Like, for example, let's say you're a Muslim and you're dating someone who's Christian. Obviously, it's not impossible to make interfaith relationships work, but it's like the way that you look at life or the way that you go about it is so fundamentally different. There's a part of me that wonders if these people are from different cultures or if this is an interracial relationship. I also want to say that one of them, I don't know if they've said this before, but one of them seems like they're dating to marry. Like, they definitely would want more out of this. Or, like I said, they're willing to try. They're kind of willing to go through it. Whereas the other person, it was really just a summer experience. Like, we don't have to drag this out. It just doesn't really feel positive to me. Like, I don't feel like these people will last. I think Love Island UK just ended like 2 weeks ago. It hasn't even been a whole 2 weeks. There's a part of me that feels like, honestly, I don't think these people will make it to November. Like, if you were asking me, I don't think they're gonna last very long at all. That's why I brought up Amaya and Brian, because they broke up low-key, even though they won. They broke up almost immediately after the show. I think that there could be a lot of energy or resentment in this. Like, they could definitely kind of hate watch each other. I don't think that they like each other. This is the kind of the people who, like, I'm gonna insert a video of that one man who like made his face at his wife or his girlfriend or whatever. Just like, especially the guy, to me feels like he simply does not like her. Like, you know how sometimes men will just kind of hate you and rub you the wrong way until you kind of give up. I feel like he can't even, after a certain point in time, he's not even waiting for her to kind of get the hint. He's just like, ew. Yeah, I don't know. Like, even in career, I'm just like I said, maybe the girl will be able to make something out of it, but this is the kind of person who, like, she might have a regular job, but she does content creation on the side. With him, I feel like he might bow away um from the public eye. It might even be that he ends up maybe doing something with social media later on. Like, it might take him a minute to kind of blow up on social media or kind of utilize it. Um, I think it will be successful if he decides to. I just feel like there might be a foregoing of social media a little bit. Like, for example, I don't know about Brian. I don't know if Brian from, I'm trying to think, like, Brian from Love Island, like, last season, he's probably back at his normal job, right? Like, I might be wrong. I haven't seen anything about him and what he's doing. But yeah, it's like he can come back to content creation or using the internet. I just don't think he's going to immediately use it or immediately use it well. Like, it might take a minute for it to work for him. I think the girl will be a lot more successful, but even then, she kind of seems like she's supplementing her income with like a normal quote unquote 9 to 5. I think that she can meet a great person. Is she bisexual? Like, does she like other genders? There's a part of me that feels like dating around a lot, especially dating people who she's never dated before, maybe including women, can be really, really good for her. Okay, so I think the next ones are Mica and, is it Samraj? I don't like mispronouncing people's names, but I'm assuming this is Samraj. There's a part of me that feels like, did these people have sex on TV? Or were they intimate? I feel like I want to say that they maybe love each other, but I do think they have real chemistry. I think that they could also have sexual chemistry. Like, do they flirt a lot? Like, what was that relationship like? Children also keep coming up here, so like, I think they're definitely enjoying their sex life. I don't even know if this could be a thing of like them having a pregnancy. It may or may not come to fruition. If you were to ask me, even if they decided not to go through with it, they might get farther. Like, this is probably not somebody, if she decides that she wants to terminate it or something happens. This is probably not like a 6 week thing. This might even be up to like 10 weeks or so, where it's like you're actually pregnant, and then you decide that, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know how it is in other countries or in other places. I know for a fact here, I knew somebody who got an abortion, and she had gotten to like 11 weeks. Like, she had gotten actually quite far. Like, she was actually starting to show. Like, it was damn near 3 months pregnant before it was a very, very late abortion. So yeah, I just feel like they could be fucky a little bit too much, or even pregnancy could ruin this relationship. To me, this doesn't. I don't know if they were intimate on TV. To me, this doesn't feel like they would have went all the way on TV, but maybe, like, as soon as we got back to that hotel, it was on and fucking popping. I really do think that they're enamored with each other. I'm thinking about Fantasy by Mariah Carey. This is very like, what is that clip of like Scarlett Johansson when she's like on the beach? Like this kind of gives that. I It might be Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver together. I know what I'm thinking. It might not even be Scarlett Johansson. Maybe I just made that up. But I'll answer what I'm talking about. They seem really, really happy together, but at the same time, it doesn't really feel like there's a lot of love in the situation. It kind of feels like a very happy fling or situationship. Like they'll probably give it to me. This kind of seems like 6 months or less. It kind of gives mostly 3 to 4 months, so it might be a thing of like going into next year. They probably won't be together. Like I said, I'm going off the idea that it just ended at the end of July, but I don't actually know for sure, because I didn't watch it at all. So like to me, this kind of feels like by November or December, based on that timeline. I might be wrong, but 3 to 4 months after this show, they'll probably fall out with each other. To me, kind of gives by month 5 or 6. It's like, what are we doing? Like we liked each other. It was beautiful. It was great TV. We like each other. They might stay cordial and they might stay friends. Like there's definitely some feelings there. I think they actually like each other, and I do think that they had a perfect, it's almost one of those things where it's like when you have no responsibilities, it's kind of similar to the last couple. When you have no responsibilities or no real weight to the relationship, it's ideal. But I do think that with them, this kind of gives like, I don't know if they're like long distance, like are these people both British, do they live very far from each other, or just like have lives that require, different things, where it's like somebody might work early in the morning, somebody might have a free schedule all day. It just kind of seems like their lives actually don't mesh. This is not like an annoyance. This is mostly just like, we don't know how to make this work, and like I'm going to choose what's best for myself rather than being with you, especially if this was like a long distance situation. I actually don't think that they want to stop. I just think that it might be the best thing for the relationship, especially if some of the distance or some of the pushback that they have trying to stay together is making them lose passion for each other. It's like, especially if, I had close contact to you for 6 weeks, and now I have to get on a flight and spend a whole bunch of money and fly 8 hours to see you. It's just like, it takes a lot of the passion out of it when they have to try so hard, when there was a point in time there where they just, you were constantly available to me. Yeah, I think it's definitely giving, like, at some point, I think they're very amicable in their breakup, and that, like, we're not we're not real lovers. We're not, it's not true love. It's absolutely not true love. But it was great while it lasted, and it definitely brought me, I'm grateful for what it brought me, because it definitely brought these people a lot of blessings. Yeah, I do think that I feel like it was real. I just think that it's not smart, and they don't have lives that work in terms of making the best relationship. But I do think they're going to try to make it work until they kind of like physically can't. I think it's sad. I think they're very sad that it fizzled out. Like I don't think they're happy about this. Like it's not like a, whew, a weight off my shoulder kind of thing. To me, I don't know. Like if someone was already doing content creation, I think this could continue to be successful. But to me, these also feel like people who will probably go back to working mostly regular jobs, because like think about it, there are not a lot of people, like, to be fair, I don't keep up with a lot of the Islanders, because I don't, this is my first time ever really watching Love Island. But there are a lot of people who they do, especially before season like 6, a lot of these people were going on the show, getting their little clout, maybe doing their engagements here or there, but they're not giving up their day job. These kind of seem like day job people. If one of them was already a content creator, I do think that could go successfully, but I don't think that they're necessarily going to switch over their whole life to be online. Cutie-ful, yes. Hold on. Anyways, with Ravon and Jasmine, I feel like they will probably be the longest lasting couple. They might make it to closer to a year. I'm not saying this will be the whole year. I think this will, to me, this kind of seems like it will. I would guess upwards of 6 months. 8 is coming out to me specifically. I don't know that they'll make it to an entire year, but it definitely will not be a relationship that fizzles out super quickly. I think that they are quote unquote going steady. Like they might be taking a lot of time meeting each other's families. I feel like they also find it quite easy to fit the relationship in between like work and other personal engagements. It's very easy for them to see each other like 2 to 3 times a week, right? I actually feel like it might even be a thing of like, I don't know if one or both of them was thinking of relocating, but they might even have certain things happen that bring them closer together. Especially if like right now, let's say hypothetically, they live like 30 minutes away from each other. They might get engagements or get a new apartment or whatever. I don't know if this is them living together, but they might move to where they're like 15 minutes away from each other. I will say that I wonder who actually won this season. I will say that they could have some people who are evil eyeing their relationship, especially if they are jealous that theirs didn't last long. Especially if these are people who won, or people who placed higher than these people but felt like they deserved more. The thing is, I don't think they'll necessarily be a super popular couple. This kind of reminds me of like Taylor or and Clark, where it's like they're definitely not necessarily the talk of the town. They definitely kind of feel like they're lost in it, but they might have the most real, or the most like, there was somebody off of Love Island who just got married. It was a black guy off of season 7 who was there very briefly, and he got married after a year. That's what I mean by it. Definitely, they probably were not. They don't seem like they were the most popular couple to me, but they seem like they would probably have the longest stint. Like this might even be, like I said, getting married or talking about marriage. I think that they low-key have separation anxiety. I think they think about each other a lot, and they're very willing to make it work. The thing is, I feel like if they had some of the blocks that other couples face, they probably wouldn't have lasted. But because they don't have these same issues, I think it's very easy. But the talk of marriage keeps coming up, so I do think that they're at least taking each other seriously, even if it doesn't turn to that. I just wouldn't be surprised if it became like a real option to them. Yeah, I do think that these people aren't really willing to let distance. I don't think there is a lot of distance between them. If I'd be surprised to hear that, because whatever it is, these people are very determined to make it happen. With these people, I can also see a child, but I do think that if they were to have a child, they probably be married. I don't care if this was like a shotgun wedding to make sure that the child is legitimate. They will probably end up getting married. Yeah, to me, this definitely seems like these people will fall in love. If they're not already in love right now, they'll probably fall in love, and it's like a real love. It's a real crush. I don't know if this is a first for one or both of them. Whether this is like in terms of like the identity. Like I don't know if this is an interracial couple. I don't know if this is the first time these people feel like they've been in such a serious relationship, even if they've been in love before. They were definitely faded to me. I also wonder, did they have lore that was very interesting? Like for example, Bryce was scouted for Love Island, and like Olandria, they tried to get him to come on multiple times before he actually came on. It kind of seems like there were some blockages in one or both of them getting here, so it's kind of faded. It's kind of meant to be, and that's what I'm saying. It definitely feels like at least one of them is like, I'm not gonna just let this slip through my hand because because it's a little bit hard because it already took me a minute to get here, and everything does happen for a reason. Yeah, I think this person could definitely be afraid of what they could have lost, or just be deathly afraid of losing each other. Um, their sex life could be popping. That could also be a thing where it's like, I really like you, but like I really love all the intimacy I share with you. This is someone who's just like, I'm not giving it up. I'm stuck on you for better or for like literally for better or for worst. You piss me off, let's be pissed off together so we not pissed no more. But I do think a lot of the physical attraction is what drives these people crazy. I don't know if they were very much so like that in the villa, like always reaffirming them, I find you attractive, or if they had some forms of intimacy on the show. I cannot wait to look up some of these people, because who the fuck, what was you doing on that TV, girl? Did they not like each other at first? Did it take them a little bit of time to just like very much like Trinity and Bryce as well? Like I said, is this an interracial couple? It definitely seems like it took some time to warm up to each other, but they're definitely very happy about it. I think they always kind of liked each other, because Bryce had said that he had wanted Trinity, but he was trying other people. Especially because they are mixed race. It is kind of easier to default to people who look more like you. So that might have even been a thing where I always liked you, but I didn't choose you, or I wasn't interested because I didn't know if you would like me or if we would kind of align in terms of values. But I think that they were perfect for each other. I don't know if these people have the same sign. They're born in like the same season. Like let's say one is um uh let's say one is a Gemini and then the other one is a Taurus. It doesn't seem like to me that they would be, I don't know if this is far in age or far in birthday. Just the spring in general could be significant to them. Yeah, I don't think they want anybody else. I don't think they want to date. Especially these are people who maybe might take a break or have considered like, let me just like see what else is. I don't want to see what else is out there. Like I said, I'll have to look up their journey in the villa. The thing about Simba and Angelista is I do feel like they like each other, but I feel like they work better as friends. They honestly have this energy of like homeboy, homegirl who just happened to start hunching. Like to me, as someone who doesn't know them at all, I wouldn't say that she or he is the love of each other's life. I do feel like they are in love, and they would fall. And like I do feel like they would, like they genuinely care about each other. So there is a real intimacy there. The word parasocial is coming through. I don't know if they might have a very popular couple, like a Nicole Landria kind of situation, or a lot of fans about their situation. It kind of feels like to me, I liked you as a person, and then over time we develop feelings, and so it's definitely a very stable place to create a foundation on, because I did care about you as a person before it became romantic or sexual. I also think that they could definitely, when I say they could be the most quote unquote successful couple. So like they could be people who totally move away from doing traditional jobs. I know like somebody was talking. I think they both do something with medicine. So to me, this kind of feels like they could find success where they don't have to work in those fields. Like the both of them. I also want to say they could definitely kind of financially supplement each other or make a lot of money off of their couple. The Queen and King of Pentacles just came out. I don't know if the both of them are earth signs or they both just have a lot of money going on. It definitely seems like Capricorn and Taurus is coming through. I don't know if these are their signs, but yeah, it definitely is a lot of earth. A lot of earth here. I think Symbol is very, very grateful to have met her, especially because she could definitely, like, I don't know if he was, because like in medicine you're definitely going to be making money. I don't know how it is about the UK, but I don't know if he was still in kind of a financial bind. I don't know if this is maybe like loans, like, so like I said, I don't know the circumstances of finances in the UK, because I know the salaries look a lot different than the US. But she definitely, her love and just being with her has taken him to a whole nother level financially, where like maybe he was making money, but like I said, he maybe had other things he had to take care of, where it wasn't easy to break even all of the time. And he could definitely feel like she's like rich, or like definitely in a different tax bracket because of this. Yeah, I think a lot of the love that he has for Angelista is the fact that her being with her, loving her, being even just a friend to her has brought him a lot of prosperity. I think he's actually very, very grateful. Even if he's a bastard in terms of the relationship, I think he's very grateful for what the love and what the attention and just what their meeting has done for his life. Because like I said, they can end up being the most successful, especially having a lot of success off of their couple. The thing is, I feel like Simba can be a little bit calculated. Like I said, I don't think that he dislikes her as a person. I just don't think that romantic love is the primary fuel for this. I do think that they make great business partners. I think that they make great friends. I just probably would not want to see this energy in someone who was my romantic partner, because it definitely, I don't want to say he's using her, but he knows the benefit in her, and that is the main, like, that is priority and maintaining what they have. I don't know if they could fight a lot. Like, this is the kind of person where I don't know if they could fight about stupid things, trivial things. Like, I don't know if this is like fighting over like, you're not answering me, or you talking to bitches. Like, I can feel like I can see this being somebody who gets caught cheating and is like, no, like I feel like he might low-key be a liar, or like, you know, picking arguments, or like, you know, like I almost get this energy of trying to distract her with certain kind of negativities, you know. Like I don't even know if you would call it dating, but I dealt with this guy one time where he was like, he was calling me a fake ass bitch because I tweeted about birth control. Um, and I was tweeting about birth control because I felt like, because of our relationship, I should probably get on it. But he, instead of him seeing it as like me being proactive and me kind of looking at birth control, which was what it generally was, he thought I was on the internet lying about being on it, which is like, why would I, like, why the fuck would I lie about that? But in general, like, I say that to say, that person, he had this really crazy deep mom issue. And so I feel like he was just picking arguments with me because he wanted our relationship to escalate to a violent one. I know this sounds left field, but I feel like, I say all that to say, I'm not saying that Simba is necessarily violent. He could be, allegedly. I'm not saying that he is, right? But I'm saying that he might be the kind of person, like, he would like stuff. So like, that situation was not an argument, but he made it an argument because he wanted to be at odds with me. Like, he was just trying to find ways to escalate the situation, so when he snapped, it would be like he quote unquote had a reason. I just feel like Simba can be somebody who does things like that. Like, he starts arguments out of nowhere, or like he has underlying, you know, this is the kind of nigga who like starts a fight with you on your birthday so he don't have to buy you a gift, or he starts a fight with you so he can go talk to another bitch. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's very, that is exactly what I'm saying. Like, using the energy to make a decision and base it on, okay, well, we were mad at each other, so it was okay. I don't think that he's gonna like her. If anything, Simba might leave or find a new person first. I'm thinking about the India situation, so I don't know if they could literally catch him cheating, or he could find a new partner first. I also want to say this, no shade, depending on how he goes about it, I feel like Simba could actually be with somebody next who he likes a lot more. Like, he's actually very physically attracted to her, or he's actually, you know, like, he loves her. It's really weird. I do think that Simba finds Angelista attractive. I don't think that he thinks that she's an ugly girl. In a weird way, I think that he thinks that he can do better, or because of his new status, that like he can definitely go get who he actually wants. It's really funny because I think he appreciates her, and like I said, if she was just his friend, I think that there would be a lot more purity in the relationship. Because she's a romantic partner, I think that he can kind of use her as a stepping stone for success to go be with his quote unquote preferred type. Yeah, but I think he's stuck on her, or like he's going to align with her as long as it benefits his career. And I do want to reiterate, I think he likes her as a person. But I think a lot of it is platonic. I think a lot of it, the basis of it is platonic. We just happen to find romance on top of that. If we were just friends, homeboy, homegirl the entire time, you know, amazing chemistry, would have never been no issues. I do think that the romance is not weak. It's weak. It's not strong enough to insulate him from his eyes wandering or whatever. Yeah, I don't think that he truly likes her like that, even if he really likes her as a person. It's like how people would say Sincere is a terrible partner, but he's an amazing friend. I think Simba is very much so this with Angelista. It's funny because on the inverse, she also feels the same. So that might even be why all those earth signs came up, because the Princess of Pentacles and the Prince came up. So I do think that she, you know, she lying to me, I'm lying to, or he lying to me, I'm lying to him. We both ain't shit. Like, I do think that she also sees the benefit in it as well. I do think that she's also grateful because she's answered her purpose, especially if Angelista, does she like to do hair? Does she have other beauty things that she wants to do? I feel like she's able to kind of pursue these things. Like, she already made a good salary off of nursing, but she gets to also pursue these other things. But she has her career and her degree, so she can go back. She's very happy for the freedom that, like I said, being with Simba gave her, but I don't think she's interested either. I think that she's a little bit scarred by what he did, and she might kind of, I feel like she's a little bit closed off to him. I think you'd be surprised. Yeah, I think that she kind of lost feelings once, because she did give him the cold shoulder at one point in time. I don't think that ever really went away. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it did. I think that she was happy that it, like, she stayed the long route. And like I said, there is a value and a love in this relationship. It's just not really romantic. I don't think that she'll be happy, or sorry, I don't think she'll be sad at all when this ends. Simba might beg, you know, try to save face as if he tried his hardest. I don't think she's buying it. I think that she sees the breakup as just another stepping stone towards her own success. It's really funny. I think they have, that's what I'm saying, they have a very similar mindset, so it makes sense why they get along. It's just not romantically. Like, if the romance died today, they will be great friends. you know, great friends, but I don't think they necessarily need to be together. I also want to say this: at some point, especially when the relationship starts to impede on the money, that is when it's over. Like, it's over. Because, like I said, they might try to save face or try to stay together for a little longer if they think it's going to benefit them, until it does not. Okay. With Priya and Aidan, this is another relationship that feels very physical to me. I feel like they're very physically attracted to each other. I feel like they're very sexually satisfied by each other. I also think they make great lovers and friends. I'm getting this energy. It's funny because I was actually just thinking about this. They give very teenager, very like cheerleader and football player. Like, there's a lot of support here and just like fawning. I don't know if this is one or both of their first relationships, or it just kind of feels like their first love. Like, something about this has a teenage like charm, like a cute charm to it. The thing is, Priya, I don't know if she could like switch, or if she found out something fucked up about him that she would change. This might even be a thing of where maybe she had a guard up in the beginning and then it came down and she ended up falling like deeply in love with him. I don't know if Aidan has an issue with being rejected or abandonment wounds. There's a part of me that feels like he doesn't really deal well with rejection, or he has never really gotten over that, you know, like you know how with Casey and Anaya, like he never really got over the fact that no one picked him, even if it wasn't necessarily Anaya specifically being like ew. He never really got over it. I feel like Aidan is struggling with this rejection or this coldness a little bit. Like I said, I don't know how their relationship went, if it took her a minute to warm up to him, or if they had like a fallout where she didn't really like him. This might even be like a future thing where maybe on her end she's like, I'm over it with you. I don't know. I just feel like he runs. He seems like an avoidant to me, or he can discard people quite quickly. I don't know. This relationship may abruptly end. I honestly wonder if they'll even announce this. It might even be like, you know, 2 or 3 months after the fact, they kind of admit, okay, we're not together. Like, for example, let's say people see that they've unfollowed each other, but they don't necessarily make an explicit statement. Something about this is very interesting to me. Like, all of a sudden we're in love. It might even be like, you know, like the honeymoon phase fizzles out quickly, and they're just like, ew, nigga, I don't want nothing to do with you. I do think they liked each other. Did they have sex on TV? Did they have a lot of sex? Like, was it like, because you know, like Kata and Zach, I think Kata and Zach were the most active this season. I feel like they kept fucking. I feel like they kept fucking. But this to me kind of feels like, you know, when we're each other's face all day, and I know at night I'm gonna get knocked. You know, I'm gonna get knackered. I'm really into you, but like now we have to deal with adult stuff and me talk. Like, I don't know. I just feel like these people, once they can't really enjoy the physicality of the relationship anymore, it dies out very quickly. And that might even be why teenagers came through, where it's like, you know, you want to have those experiences, so you know you hop into a relationship just to have somebody to do it with, you know. But once you get used to the dick, you're like, whatever. Like, yeah, for some reason it feels almost like a complete 180. Like, all of a sudden they just don't like each other anymore. Like, it might even be that someone realizing that like the only thing that's holding us together is dick. You know, like the physical aspect of our relationship is the main reason why we are here. Like, we don't have any leg to stand on outside of that, and it might be great, but that's really all that we have. It's like Regina George, who was going to hook up with that kid in the film room, right? Like, you know, all she loves, quote unquote, loves her boyfriend, but she wants this man for his physicality. It really just seems like a mostly purely physical relationship to me. It may be that being outside the villa, realizing we don't have much to talk about. Like I said, it was fun being in there because we could boo love and then fuck, and then, you know, wake up the next day, eat grilled cheeses, and have that be the entirety of our experience. And that's no longer the situation. Like, I do think, especially having a very constant or a very good sex life could have really kind of, like I said, it kind of put stars in their eyes, like rose-colored glasses. I think that, like I said, now dealing with the practical aspects of the relationship, they're not as interested. Like, not at all. Like, I'm telling you, it seems like a complete 180. Like, yeah. I also even wonder if this is a situation where maybe something serious happens as a result. Like, hypothetically, let's say there's like a pregnancy scare, and then like he runs, right? It's definitely this moment where you realize that this was really just about sex, or I don't really like this person outside of what we can have physically. Like, when hard choices happen, like, I wasn't chosen. This kind of reminds me of, like, let's say you get into a public, like, let's say you get into a fight, you know, and your boyfriend runs and he leaves you to get your ass whooped. Like, I think that she realized that, like, if push comes to shove, he's never going to choose me. He's kind of a coward, or he's always going to choose himself, right? I honestly wonder if he may even ghost her, or just, like I said, he pulls back from the relationship in a way where it's like, you kind of just abandoned me. I don't know if she's ever been warned about this, or she kind of had the feeling like that maybe it's not the first time that he's done it, but it's on a larger scale. It kind of feels like she's a little bit shocked, but I don't feel like it's necessarily like she didn't have any inkling that he would do this. I think this girl could actually end up being quite successful. I do think that he might fade into obscurity a little bit. What is her name? Priya. Whereas the man, Aidan, I don't think he has much going for him. He kind of seems a little bit nondescript. I'm thinking about, is his name H? Like, I don't know if he favors him, or I don't know. It just kind of seems like he's not that important. Like, when I say nondescript, is like you could probably find 10 other people on the street, walking down the street right now, who look like him. Yeah, there is no investment in the relationship. It's definitely a fair weather friend kind of thing. When push comes to shove, he is not reliable at all. But yeah, she might even have the situation that opens her eyes, because like I said, she might really be so in love, or really has this rose colored glass over her eyes, like, oh my god, we're in love and I just care about him so much. And it's like, girl, you don't even know that at the drop of a hat he's gonna leave you when things get hard. He likes her, but not at all enough to stay, to work, to fight. He doesn't have a leg to stand on. Once it becomes a little bit inconvenient, he wants nothing to do with her. Yeah, to me, he will definitely abandon her or ghost her or ignore her. He feels like he might feel like he chose wrong, or he might even want somebody else. I don't know if this is even another castmate that he wishes that he could have. You know, he seems like he's thinking about somebody else a lot. Like if I was gonna fight for anybody, it just would not be you. Okay, but I'm gonna leave this there. I'm gonna just give this a preliminary read based on like the responses to this, and if you guys have any more questions, because I did do a couple videos on the Love Island US people, because I did watch that in depth, so I understood. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this. Let me know if you have any more questions, and I'll see you in the next one.